It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I won't
blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Mix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up.
Hello. Happy Thursday. How y'all doing? Come on in. Happy Thursday. Shout out to everybody in the building. I hope you guys are doing well. It is a Thursday. It is Thursday. Yeah, and I'm just happy to be here. Shout out to everybody in the building. You guys get in here, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you can. We're trying to get to 50,000 subscribers and we're close. When I checked yesterday, we was close. So come on in, subscribe to the channel. Have I heard about Sha'Carri Richardson? Yes. I heard about the arrest with her domestic dispute between her and her boyfriend. And he seemed like he's I don't know. He seemed like he's sticking beside her. I saw he came out and said, you know what he said. So I just kind of left it alone. They got a DV situation and he's sticking beside her. He seems like a good guy. So I left it alone. I'm biased. How Candace Owens says she have Caribbean bias. Well, sometimes I have Black American bias. No, I'm just kidding. I just heard about it. It wasn't nothing to really ride home about. Oh, and it's another thing. I watched the first 2.5 episodes of the Katrina documentary that y'all were asking me to watch. And I will say so far, they are telling more truth. I'm sorry. They are telling more truth in the one with Ryan Coogler than anyone in the past. I want to say that first one, was that the one that Spike Lee did where he was getting the interviews from everybody? I can't remember, but either way, I watched the first 2.5 episodes, and these are my tweaks, or this is what I have to say about it. I don't like the fact that they didn't highlight how the mayor, I don't like how they made the mayor look. See, what a lot of you guys don't understand about Mayor Ray Nagin was one of those black mayors who was really for the people. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, he did his dirt. They all politicians. They all do their dirt. But what they didn't harp on was the fact that Ray Nagin had been asking the governor, Kathleen Blanco, to make that whole evacuation mandatory all the way leading up to it. See, the documentary made it seem like, he just the day before decided because of budget concerns. They wasn't sure, but the day before he just decided to make it a mandatory evacuation. That's not true. He had been coming on the news every day talking about how this is going to be bad, especially once the hurricane turned and came toward our way. Now, this is just according to what I remember. The mayor had been asking for a mandatory evacuation. Now, it costs money for the city to do that because they have to pull funds. Ultimately, though, he was calling for it, and that lady, Kathleen Blanco, the governor, from what I remember, she would not give it to him. She, as a matter of fact, he even, if I can recall, tried to go over her head and ask for a mandatory evacuation. Like, it was crazy. And then at the very last minute, Kathleen Blanco, the governor, okayed the mandatory evacuation. But by the time she did it, the hurricane was coming the night of. You see what I'm saying? So I don't like that they've made the black mayor, they made Ray Nagin look like he dropped the ball there when that's not the truth. I was there. He was actually trying to get them to get the mandatory evacuation. I don't like that they made Kathleen Blanco look like she was just kind of doing her job. No, she was trash. She was just as bad, if not worse. I'm going to say worse than the president. And the reason I'm going to say worse is because, girl, this is your country. Louisiana is yours. You already boots on the ground. There was no excuse for that woman. You see what I'm saying? So that's my biggest critiques on that part of the documentary. They making it seem like the black mayor was the issue. No. It was the governor and the president. Okay, I told y'all your governor is your president. You just don't understand. See, you look at Trump and Biden and all these people as the ones with the tell-all be-all. It's your governor. They are the ones. Okay, once we get that through our head, I'm telling you, we're gonna think differently. But yeah, that's my critique. Oh, and another thing I saw on there that I felt like they didn't wait, what was that other thing I said? Outside of Ray Nagin taking the fall, it was a few things. It just, you know what, it made me wonder, and it made me think about, even when I'm doing research myself, you got to question everything. Because when you go through it and then look at a documentary, go, wait a minute, that wasn't like that. Or wait a minute, that didn't go. You know what I mean? It kind of hit different. So y'all be mindful of that when y'all dealing with these documentaries, doing all this research and stuff, because even those things can be not as true. But it's not a bad, what you call them. So far, it's not a bad documentary. Y'all get the likes up on the video. I hadn't seen Kanye and Michael Myers on there yet. I told y'all about this whole rescue situation. I told you guys a lot of things that I told y'all yesterday I saw in the documentary, but they're not telling y'all that, and maybe I'm getting to that part in the documentary. It's on Hulu, you guys. If anybody want to watch it, it's on Hulu. But they're not telling you that New Orleans was made into a prison for Black people, and they were there for days, some of them over a week, before they would even get relief and refuge. And if you guys don't understand the weather in New Orleans and you've never been there, I'm telling you now, the way it works is we have a heat index, kind of like a wind chill, where you cold. Well, wherever it's cold at, y'all know how y'all get a wind chill, meaning it's cold. It's like, they'll be like, oh, it's 40 degrees, but with the wind chill, it's like 35. Well, in New Orleans, we have something called a heat index, right? And what happens is the weather in the summertime, especially in August, will be like 102, but with the heat index, it'll feel like 115. And mind you, this is hot, swampy, muggy, and it grabs onto your skin, okay? So could you imagine the conditions and being outside sun up to sundown? No, you can't. And then you don't know where your family at. Nah, you can't. So yeah, it was way worse than even most can imagine. I'm telling you, I'll say this. You know what it woke me up to? Because I can recall dudes like, man, we had broke into the Cadillac dealership and we stole all the Escalades, because this was around the time when the Escalades was popping. You feel what I'm saying? Now, mind you, they basically locked all the Black people in New Orleans. You couldn't get out either way. New Orleans is an island. My daddy was telling me that. You feel what I'm saying? But they locked all the Black people in New Orleans. You could not get out, okay? And I feel like when they did that, when some people were looting for bull crap, but a lot of people were looting for survival. And I hated the way that they made us look on the internet. I mean, not the internet, but on TV, when they were like, oh, look at all these refugees and they're looting. And I'm thinking, we need water. We need food. Like, what you mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? But they had them looters. And I'll tell you what, there were some dudes who had broke into the dealership lots, and they got Cadillac cars and all that stuff. And this was the first time I realized that there could be a point in time where you can have all the riches in the world and it won't mean nothing. Because in that moment in time where money doesn't have value, even green paper dollar didn't have a value. Because where was you going to spend it? Think about this. I need y'all really to put yourself, I need y'all to put yourself in the mind of being stuck inside of a city. No matter which way you try to go, they got clear people standing with guns, making sure you don't make it across. So you're stuck inside of a city. You're surrounded by water. Money has no value. Credit cards have no value. The only value a car has is to get you from point A to point B. The only value, you can steal all the TVs in the world. Where you going to plug it up to? They literally locked Black people inside of the city of New Orleans. They did, for lack of better terms. They locked the Black people inside of the city of New Orleans for up to a week, some a little bit over a week. And they wanted us to basically kill each other. That's what they wanted. Exterminate us. Do a whole nother Devil's Punch Bowl. Y'all know about the Devil's Punch Bowl? The Devil's Punch Bowl in Mississippi, when they took a whole bunch of black folks right after the Civil War, the Union soldiers, not the Confederate, took a whole bunch of black people in Mississippi, put them inside this one little encampment, like a concentration camp. That's why I be getting mad when I see my people get highly upset about what happened to them orange juice people. And I'm over here saying, but do you know what happened to us right here? Okay? Do y'all know what happened to us right here in Mississippi? They put us all in one big concentration camp and wherever people died, they died. They didn't bury them or nothing. They just told them, get it how you live. Hundreds of people died in the Devil's Punch Bowl. You ever heard of the song Strange Fruit? That's what all that's about. Nigga, y'all gotta understand. The game is rigged. None of what you see is what you see it at the value you see it at, okay? When they did when they did that storm in New Orleans, it was for a lot of black people to kill each other. They wanted us to exterminate each other, and most importantly, they wanted us off our land. And you know, I owe my elders an apology. And I feel like a lot of Black America owe the elders in New Orleans an apology, because I can recall older people when it was time to leave, even people in my family. I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave. This all I got. I don't want to leave. And I see people on the outside looking in like, oh, y'all it's material. You can get it back. It's not that big of a deal. What if those older folks knew what was really going on? What if they knew that if they left their house, they was never going to be able to get their house back? Because that's the reality for most of the Black people who left their houses. They couldn't go back to their houses. They never got those houses back. And those houses were houses built in their family by their daddies and grandfathers and great houses, and the stuff that's been in the family for generations. I can see why some old people was like, I'd rather die in here. When you understand the value of the land and you understand who you are, you take stock and value and stuff like that. Right now, it don't mean nothing to us. Right now, our mindset and our value system goes on material things, clothes, cars, shoes. That's our value system right now. But them old folks was on to something. There's a reason why they didn't want to leave. They knew if they left their house, they was never going to see that house again. They knew that this house, my daddy or my granddaddy or my great-granddaddy built with his bare hands from scratch. They knew that once I leave this home, I ain't going to have no home to come back to. They're going to take my shit. And they did. They absolutely did. Most of the Ninth Ward residents ain't in the Ninth Ward. It's more clear transplant people in there. Treme, full of transplants. And Treme, I told you, was one of the oldest areas in the city of New Orleans. Let me get the picture. I told y'all Treme was one of the oldest areas in the city of New Orleans. It has so much history, so much culture of our people, not them people, our people. We practice our spirituality here. We ran businesses here. This was our second little Tulsa. This was our meeting grounds. Now when you go in Treme, it ain't nothing but clear people and transplants. And y'all wonder why them people didn't want to leave their house? I understand now. I didn't get it back then. I thought they were crazy. I thought they were stubborn. I thought they were dumb. Now I understand, and I owe the elders and I owe the ancestors an apology, because it happens to be, you have to go through an awakening sometimes to see and understand the error in your ways. You know what I'm saying? But something in a place in America that's so deeply rooted in culture. And when I talk about culture, I'm not talking about starting at slavery. I'm talking about thousands of years of culture. Y'all don't understand the ground you're standing on. Y'all don't understand the ground you're standing on. So when I'm talking about practicing culture, I'm talking about thousands of years. And now the city is wasted and full of doggone transplants, clear people, and devils. So, like I say, I owe the elders of the community and the ancestors, because a lot of older people stayed in their house and died in their house. You get it? A lot of people did. They stayed in their house and they died in their house. And you know what's crazy? It reminded me of they kind of like last of a dying breed. They were the last generation of people who stood for stuff and wouldn't mind dying for it neither. We don't stand for nothing as a collective. And we die for the silliest, dumbest stuff. And we glorify it. But at least they realized, man, I believe they realized the play that these people trying to take us off our land. And them people died on their land. And I say God bless them. But yeah, other than that, I got to finish the rest of the documentary. But my biggest critique, like I said, is they made Mayor Ray Nagin. And you should have known that it was some BS because they had everybody in the documentary except Ray Nagin. He's out of jail. He's out of jail. They put everybody in the doc except him. That should have told you everything you needed to know. I'm not going to say I knew what the politics were prior to Katrina because I was, 2019, 2021, 22, when all that stuff was popping off. I wasn't paying attention to no politics. I can't speak on Ray Nagin politics, to be honest. I wasn't even voting. But I can tell you this, as it pertains to the Hurricane Katrina and how things were handled and how that mayor did his job, that man gets a standing ovation from me. He get a standing ovation from me. Mayor Ray Nagin, he might be whatever the motherfucker say he was, but when it came down to his people, he made sure that he did whatever he could to take care of us, his people. Y'all remember him getting on there talking about it's a chocolate city, right? That man repped and he stepped. There's a reason why they put him in jail. But anyway, yeah, he went to jail because they were trying to say, and for lack of better terms, after Katrina, you know how all of the companies were coming in because they were rebuilding houses. Allegedly, from what I can recall, his son had some sort of like wood business or something, and all he was doing allegedly was they were saying that he was having the businesses contract through his son. Allegedly, that I can remember. Please, if I'm getting it wrong, I'm just trying to remember. But he was having the businesses contract through his son. They said it was some sort of conflict of interest, and he was just like, "But I'm not doing that." They tried to RICO him on some low stuff, and he was gonna be all right until they found money in the freezer. And I say, "Oh, yeah." When they found the money in the freezer, clankety clank. My boy Ray did about 10, 11 years. Yes, he did. Ray Nagin went in jail over 10 years. Yes, he did. But you know why he went to jail, right? Now, it ain't had nothing to do with no RICO, because all them clear people in politics do that. It ain't had nothing to do with no RICO. You know why he went to jail, because he was taking care of his people. Y'all already know. Kendrick Torres, thank you so much for being a member. Thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate you. And thank you for the super chat. Says preach, preach, preach. I'm big on conspiracy, and I feel like Katrina was. I live in Florida, hit us early. I'm just saying, listen, all these hurricanes are man-made, if you ask me. I believe they're all man-made. I do. Because I ain't never seen no hurricane spit out as many tornadoes as they've been spitting out. They got tornadoes in places we never had tornadoes. We having earthquakes in places we never had earthquakes. Are y'all not tracking what's happening? Like, yeah, man, it's crazy outside. Keep your head on the swivel. Keep your head on the swivel. Keep your head on the swivel. All right, now let's get into the show, you guys. Let's get into the show. Y'all get on here and get the likes up on the video. Y'all, hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up. So it's a lot going on. We got a show today. Beyonce is accused of cosplaying Marilyn Monroe. Pierce Morgan talked about that. Then we got Gina is taking up for her man Diddy because she said the haters gonna hate. Then we also have we're gonna talk about this BBL crisis that we have going on. And I thought it was kind of dying down, but I'm starting to see on Love and Hip Hop how they trying to push it again. We're gonna talk about that. And then also speaking of BBL, Erica Banks gets arrested. And then some soldiers start shooting at a military base. Yeah, crazy work. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Now, before we get into that, I want to show y'all. Remember, we were following this story with Teddy Bridgewater. If you guys weren't here, shout out to everybody who's new to the channel, y'all. Welcome. So if you haven't been here on the channel, we've been discussing Teddy Bridgewater. For those of you who do not know who Teddy Bridgewater is, he is or was, I don't know if he's still in the league, but he is or was a NFL quarterback, right? I'm not going to say he was the best quarterback, but when it comes to humanitarian, the boy is top tier. Now, Teddy Bridgewater played for Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and he also played with the New Orleans Saints. I will tell you, when he played in New Orleans, the city loved him. Teddy, from what I've heard, I've never met Teddy Bridgewater, never met him a day in my life, but I've never heard anybody say anything negative about him. As a matter of fact, it's always been quite the opposite. People always talked about how good of a dude he is, how he look out for people, and whoop-de-whoop. Well, he decides once he got out of the NFL that he would start to help out the younger kids in football and kind of do sponsoring and kind of like mentoring and stuff like that. Well, he was doing a great job, and that became an issue for the powers that be. So mind you, he's volunteering. Now, in this volunteering, he's giving these kids rides back and forth to practice if they need. If they need food, he's helping out with food, clothes, money. He is just taking his money, his time and efforts, and giving back to the community. And I'm going to say this, it is not out of character for Teddy Bridgewater, because this is the type of stuff he did in New Orleans. He's actually one of the dudes I will always salute. He's a you can tell, sometimes you could just tell genuinely good dudes and good people. He seemed like one of them. Well, long story short, once the powers that be found out he was doing all these amazing things for young black boys in Florida, they decided to tell him, you fired. But the problem is, you can't fire me if you never hired me. I'm volunteering. Now, a lot of people were like, well, it doesn't make sense. He's not doing anything wrong. He's just helping out the kids. What's the big deal? I told you guys before, the big deal is they don't want us to make the change positively in our kids. They're too busy working on our kids to make them change in a negative way. Any positive reinforcements and or affirmations to the kids can have a direct effect on what the enemy is trying to do to us as a whole. When you understand that the attack is on the children, they started with the adults through crack. They started with AIDS and HIV. We've had our time. Now they are starting on the children. They gave us the movie Children of the Corn for a reason. People like Teddy Bridgewater doing what he's doing is a direct threat to that. So that is why they stopped him. Anyway, he says, you can't fire me because I volunteered anyway. And they were like, well, whatever. And he was just like, if you tell me I can't volunteer, then I'll just volunteer from another way. But either way, I'm going to do what I need to do. So long story short, people have been talking about it. And he made a statement because he's not one of the dudes who want to be out in the public for it. He's kind of like, yo, I did it and I didn't want nobody to know. On some Cat Williams type stuff, you know. Anyway, so he's now speaking out about it. He's a very shy dude, in my opinion. He's very humble. I rock with Teddy. A man like Teddy, I'm gonna stand behind Teddy Bridgewater 10 toes, 100%. Because we need more people like Teddy. But now he's speaking out about it as far as what he feels, and we're gonna get into it. Y'all get the likes up on the video.
My father first before anything, and when I decided to coach, you know, those players became my sons. And I wanted to make sure that I just protect them in the best way that I can. And, you know, I think that's what came about. You know, Miami Northwestern is in a tough neighborhood. And, you know, sometimes things can happen when kids are walking home and different things like that. So I just tried to protect them, you know, give them, you know, a ride home instead of them having to take those dangerous walks. I can't change who I am, you know, because of the rules. Like I have a big heart, you know, I get it from my mom. And, you know, I just always said that I was once those kids, you know, and I know what it's like to be in their shoes. I know what it's like to walk those halls at Miami Northwestern and to have your stomach growling and rumbling at 12 o'clock in the afternoon because you didn't have any lunch money or you don't get the free lunch. So I can't change who I am. You know, I'll still give to those kids just because, man, I know what it's like. And I'll still give. Not only when I say give, it's not even about money. You know, it's about my time and my presence. And it's just hope. And I live by calling myself the neighborhood hope dealer. And I'm hoping that I'm, you know, dealing hope to everyone back in South Florida and across the state of Florida. You know, I'm a father first before anything. And
shout out to Teddy. So that's what he had to say about that. Listen, let me tell you something. Like I say, people like Teddy are a threat to society because they want to ruin us. They want to destroy us. But I think he's a great threat, a wonderful threat, a much needed threat. As a matter of fact, we need more people like Teddy Bridgewater in our communities. And shout out to the brothers who do get out there and put their time in with the kids, who do volunteer, who do help. Shout out to those dudes because they do have people who do that, and the women, not just the men. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them. Be careful, Teddy, because you know how these people is. Be careful. That's all I'm gonna say. Be careful, because you know how these people is. You know they'll try to throw a slick side. You know what I'm saying? Real quick. Measure Man, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, right, why they not talking about the clear man plan to alive 30K of us? 30K of us? What? I didn't hear about that. Oh no. Thank you again for the super chat. Says they are now social engineering our children through the media streamers music to keep us low vibrational. Yes, I'm so glad you brought this up, Measure Man. Thank you for bringing this up. I also wanted to tell you guys as well too. I get it. Now it's a streamer world. I don't have young kids. Actually, if you count Saint, I do. But I don't have any young kids, and I get it. The streamer world is the new thing. You guys, we have to play defense because we don't know what they seeing on these streams for hours and hours on end. There's a reason why they make certain streamers popular. I told you the internet is the new celebrity. The old celebrities, nobody cares about seeing Denzel Washington in person no more. Nobody cares about seeing Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? I mean, granted, people gonna like it, but nobody's really freaking out. But what I'm saying is, now that the internet and the people on the internet, like streamers, are the new celebrities, you got to be very mindful of what it is your child is intaking, because you got to also be able to combat it. So if your child like to watch Kai Cenat, take one of them days and look and go see what Kai Cenat be on there doing. You see what I'm saying? Or any one of these streams. Because like I said, Teddy Bridgewater is a direct threat to the powers that be. The attack is on the children. If it's on the women too, and it's been on the women since this ratchet stuff started popping off as much as it is, but they're really, really attacking the children. That's why it's babies killing each other in the streets. So we got to be able to combat it. Make sure y'all check in on them kids and see what the hell they listening to and watching. I thank God I ain't got no churn. Oh, Lord. I mean, I got a child, but she's 22. Lord, I thank God I ain't got no little bitty babies, girl. Oh, Lord, I couldn't in this society. Can I say this as well? I was watching Top Cat. Shout out to Top Cat. And I swear to God, Chief Top Cats, and who stream he was playing? What's the boy? 19 Keys? Bruh. Y'all might not know this, but outside of YouTube, like a few days ago, I almost had like a mental breakdown. And I'm only sharing this with you guys because I feel like I could be transparent, and it's my tea. You can't drag me with my tea. But I almost felt like I was going to have a mental breakdown, and not necessarily a breakdown. I felt like I was becoming overloaded. And it's because I don't know if it's all the energies. I don't know if it's this metamorphosis. I don't know what is going on. But either way, I was bringing up the fact that Top Cats was playing a video from 19 Keys, who was kind of talking about where he was going through something similar and how he had just gave up. And he was like, at this point in time, I'm just looking for like-minded people. And I immediately like empathized with him because that's where I was like a couple of days before that. I really was crying on my old man's shoulder. Like I was really there a couple of days before that. So when he said it, it just like struck me to a core. And then when Top Cats kind of mentioned like understanding where he's been, because he kind of been getting burned out, I'm just like, what and how did I get here? I came on here to be a reality TV recap queen. I didn't come on here for all of this. So you know what I'm saying? I'm saying all that to say, because I don't want to be too long-winded. I'm saying all that to say, I have been doing a lot of grounding. I have been doing a lot of meditating and a lot of soul searching as well, and a lot of protecting of my energy. And I'm gonna tell you this: it is replenishing me. My ancestors, man, don't play about me, man. Look, my ancestors do not play about me, bro. They don't play about me. And I'm starting to learn that, you know what I'm saying? Not with an air of arrogance, but more with an air of confidence to move forward. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying all that to say, I need everybody out here, because I feel like I'm here to pass through a message. And I need all y'all out here to get back in touch with the land. Get back in touch with your genealogy and your ancestors, because that's the key. That's the part we missed. When they took us from our spirituality and from what we were doing before and took us out of ourselves and out of our lineage and put us into a white Jesus's hand, that's one of the main things that knocked us off our rocker spiritually, emotionally, mentally. See, I'm not saying that you can't believe in God. Yes, believe in the Most High. I believe in the Most High. I know he exists. I've seen what he's done. You see what I'm saying? But if we were told that it was a demonic thing to even give reverence or at least acknowledgement to the ancestors. And it's so crazy to where anybody say anything other than, God and Jesus, people automatically, oh, that's witchcraft. Oh, that's da-da-da-da. And I used to be like that. So I get it. But now that I'm starting to think about it and learn more, and I'm telling you now, I can't speak for nobody else. I can't speak for nobody else. But I'm not going to hold you. I've been grounding, I want to say, since 2021. Maybe I've been grounding since about 2021, 2022. And that has led to a lot. And when I tell you getting back, tap in spiritually with my ancestors, with the Most High, and with the land, them the three. Listen. It's three entities or three things you need to tap back into. Three: the Most High, the land, and your ancestry, bro. You got to tap back in. When I tell you, I can't even explain it. But once I'm starting to realize that that's one of the main missing keys to getting us where we need to be, bruh. I can only encourage you guys. Some people might feel like, oh, and I'm not telling you what to do. I can only encourage you guys. Like I said, at the very least, just do your genealogy. At the very, very least, do your genealogy. Then on top of that, if you would like to start exploring who your people are, and also too, because I'm gonna actually do this. I'm gonna go get photos of my, people and put them up in my house, because there's nothing wrong with acknowledging the people who came before you. I don't know if a lot of y'all know this, but I lost a brother and a sister. I lost my sister in 2003. Hurricane Katrina happened in 2005. And then I turned around and lost my brother in 2006. I'm just recapping on all the stuff that happened in my life and all the stuff to get me to where I'm at. And it was a time in my life, bro, I swear to God, I was like, done. You know what I'm saying? Like ready to jump off the bridge, done. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, things didn't start shifting. Things didn't start looking different. My awakening didn't start happening until I started tapping back into the land, tapping back into the ancestors, and tapping back into the Most High. I'm telling you, they watching y'all. They hear. They with you. They hear. That's all I'm gonna say. I ain't gonna be the dead horse. I'm just telling y'all what it is. Yeah. You know what I mean? Let's move on. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Please get the likes up on the video. Tap back in. Start small. Tap back into the land. Y'all have to ground. You need to be grounded every day. Shout out to everybody in the building. Divine Empress, thank you for the super chat. Says, hit the like button for my sis boo. It's free. And that's a Fendi fact, actually. It's a free way to support the channel, you guys. Hit the like button. Thank you again for the super chat. Says, we love you, boo. Have something on me. Love you, boo. Thank you so much, Divine Empress. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Camilla, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, Dr. Vu, you just passionate about getting the message to our people. Take your time, replenishing yourself, and keep pushing the message. I love you. Thank you so much. Love you too, boo. Thank you. Yeah, I'm starting to realize that sometimes I just be having to go in how the cars be saying, hermit mode. Sometimes I just be having to go hide real quick and come back out. I be protecting my energy, bro. I really do be protecting my energy. I really do. Real talk. Camille, thank you for the super chat. Says, it's the Pisces in you. Facts. It really is the Pisces in me. No cap. It really is just that. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Now let's move on into the show. Now I want to talk about, let's start with, I don't want to start there. Yeah, let's start with Erica Banks getting arrested. So Erica Banks got arrested, you guys. Erica Banks, I don't know if y'all know her. Let me share my screen. Get the likes up on the video, y'all. So Erica Banks is from Love and Hip Hop. We just was talking about Love and Hip Hop. And there's a lot of agendas being pushed on Love and Hip Hop. Now, before we get into Erica being arrested, Erica has just come out. Now, for all y'all who don't know who she is, she came out after COVID. I want to say right when Meg was leaving 5150, and she came up on the song Bust It, Bust It, Bust It. Y'all know this song, Bust It? Wasn't that the name of the song? Something like that. She had that song. It was kind of a one-hit tease, okay? But either way, she has been pushing this agenda. Now she's coming out. She has a girlfriend. They get married. She's telling other girls to get the plastic surgery. Erica has had many, many, many plastic surgeries. And I'm starting to see the agenda. One of the subscribers pointed it out in the chat last night. In the comments, they were like, "Voo, I'm starting to pay attention every time Erica is in there encouraging either Ashley to get the BBL, which we're going to talk about here in a second, or every time she's talking about the gay stuff, she's always doing the hand signals." Now, I've already talked to you guys about the hand signals. When y'all start paying attention to the hand signals, you know, the ones where you're going to see you're surrounded. They're everywhere. If you ever start to pay attention to the hand signals, you'll start to see that these people are everywhere. The news, the pulpit, the hospital, the police station, the courthouse, the political, they everywhere. They everywhere, okay? But anyway, the girl was like, she keep putting these hand signals up. She keep putting these hand signals up every time she's pushing one of these agendas. And I was like, wow, I didn't even pay attention. You feel what I'm saying? But it makes sense. Well, long story short, because I'm starting to pay attention more to this realm of highly weird, I'm starting to realize that a lot of the times these people be going through these like humiliation or what we might deem to be humiliation things, and then they kind of like come back up. Can I also mention, put a pause in that? This Jock storyline, get me up here really quickly. You see this Jock storyline with the brother? Now, somebody got in the comments and was trying to explain to me what the hell was going on with the brother being arrested and things of that nature. I find it very funny that I can't find nothing about this storyline. Now, somebody said something else in the comments that made sense. They said Jock been trying to be famous and sacrifice any and everybody he could since he got on. Not funny. But what I'm saying is, okay, they're saying, because when I heard 3 kids, they say the age is 3, 1, and 9 months. I said, what in the Illuminati? I ain't gonna lie, I did say that. Okay, but this Jock storyline, something in the milk ain't clean about it. I can't really put my hand on it. Something in the milk ain't clean, but y'all got to be careful with this reality TV because I'm starting to see a lot of demonic stuff going on in there. It didn't start off like that, or at least maybe I wasn't aware. But anyways, back to Erica Banks. So now Erica Banks has recently been arrested. She went through the airport and she had a gun on her. Now, according to Erica, it wasn't hers. It was for her security. Well, girl, why is it in your bag? They done took her big ass to jail. And Erica's not a big girl. Erica actually is a beautiful girl. The problem is Erica is, hold on, because this is another thing too. Erica is cosplaying a hood bitch. Did y'all notice that? Because on the next episode, Erica come from a Claire and Cliff Huxtable type family. Could you imagine Vanessa making it in the industry, singing Bust It? This heifer come from a good, well-to-do background. But for all my conspiracy girlies, it will make sense why the hand signals, why we throwing up the gang signs. You get it? Throughout because a lot of that stuff be lineage, that stuff be bait, that stuff be, you know what I'm saying? That stuff be in the bloodline. Yeah, girl, she come from a Claire and Cliff Huxtable type of background. She cosplaying a hood bitch. Nevertheless, anyway, she done got arrested and everybody's been buzzing about it. So let's get into it. It said it looks like Erica Banks got into some legal trouble, which resulted into her getting arrested. According to WSB-TV, Erica faces a theft by receiving stolen property charge after police said she had a stolen gun at the airport. The warrant states that she was flying from Atlanta to Houston on Wednesday when the weapon inside her small Louis Vuitton bag. The weapon was checked at a security checkpoint, and it was revealed that it was stolen out of Greenville, South Carolina. Erica was booked into the Clayton County Jail at 9:50 p.m. and released at 11:12 p.m. Her attorney issued a statement. It is our contention that when she was caught with this weapon, she had no idea it was stolen. So she is not guilty of any offense. And once we get to the court case, once we get to court on this case, my job is to make sure that this never becomes a part of her criminal history or to have these charges dismissed. Now, this is what I want to know. I just know common sense. Girl, now she claimed the gun was for security. Why is it in your bag? Why? And I get it. People travel with guns because you can. And it's supposed to be securely locked and all that. Why are you holding on to anybody else's weapon? If anybody who knows anything about gun safety, weapon safety, guns and weapons, period. First of all, you don't just put your bare hands on nobody's stuff. I don't know where this gun came from. I don't know what you did with this gun before you come around here. I'm not just going to take my bare knuckles and go to wrapping my fingerprints around the blicky, okay? Let's start there first. So now you got somebody else's gun, even if she thought it was her securities, you still don't know whose it is, and now it's in your possession on your person. Now, what if they got a body on the gun? Who goes to jail? See, this is what I be saying, and it makes sense. She's cosplaying a hood bitch. You see what I'm saying? It's the common sense. It's the street sense. That's what I'm talking about. There's no way you got this gun on you. You don't know where it come from, who it's for. You claim it's for the security. And then you could possibly catch a charge. Make it make sense. I don't believe this for a bit. Erica Banks, girl, whose gun is that and why do you have it? Is it the dagger you with? Is it the new dagger? Who got you carrying a gun, bitch? And is you running around here with Erica, girl? Your lawyer can say whatever they want. You was out of pocket and out of bounds. You shouldn't have had nobody gun on you. Period, point blank. Period. So I don't know what's going to happen to Erica, but I'll say this. Erica has been used as a character on Love and Hip Hop recently. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Y'all go check out the recap I just did last night. But Erica has been recently, or at least her character on the show, have been used to push a lot of agendas. Now, if I'm going into my conspiracy theory bag and my Illuminati bag, is given to me you going through the ritual. You see what I'm saying? Now, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to make you a big star. Typically, girls like you, they don't. It don't make you a big star. You got to get caught early like Cardi. You got to catch Cardi. You got to catch a bitch with 1,000 teeth, when they got 1,000 teeth in their mouth, hair nappy, and they walking home from the strip clubs in a pair of uptowns. You got to catch them then and give them the Illuminati. You can't be 2 feet in the game and want a double bite to do a sacrifice. You got to hit the sacrifices early. That's all I'm saying. But this is just from my research on the sacrifice girls. They don't normally sacrifice in the middle of the game. They start at the beginning. Preseason is when they start doing their sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, yeah, I don't know if this is a part of her ritual. I feel like it could be, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes. But girl, that is federal. You got caught with a gun at the airport. That is federal. You won't go to jail, girl. Prison. She going to jail. Let's move on. No, while we on Love and Hip Hop, let's get back into this. Now let's get into this BBLT. So speaking of Love and Hip Hop, I told you guys Erica had been encouraging Ashley, who is a beautiful girl. She's the wife of Lil Zane. I don't remember any song Lil Zane had. I just remember he was there. But she's a beautiful girl, and she's deciding that she wants to have plastic surgery. Now, I wanted to clarify a bit of what I was saying about this, because I did a video on it last night, right? JM said, how did they know the gun was stolen? Oh, that's easy. They could just run the numbers. They just put the numbers through a database. They just run the number through a database. It come back in 2 seconds. That's easy. The serial number. But like I said, anybody who know anything about guns know that you don't never put your hands on nobody else's gun, and you damn sure ain't gonna hold it for nobody. But either way, so now Ashley, we was talking about this on the recap last night. This is what's going on for y'all who don't know. So Ashley is married to Lil Zane. Lil Zane used to be a rapper, but they're both on Love and Hip Hop. Ashley is living in Atlanta. I told you guys before, Atlanta is what if Instagram was a local place or an actual place for Black people, Atlanta is Instagram. Let me clarify what I mean when I say that. The women in Atlanta are fake. The men in Atlanta are fake, both literally and figuratively, okay? What do I mean by that? There's a bunch of plastic women walking around Atlanta. I'm just being honest. It's so much plastic that the natural looking girl gets like, it's almost like they look at the natural girl like something wrong with her. Everybody got titties. Everybody got the same booty. I'm just telling you now. Everybody got the same belly button. Everybody got the same titties. Everybody got the same booty. Now, that's already one thing. Now it done seeped up into the faces. At one time, we was laughing at Carly Red and the group changing faces. Now everybody want to change faces. Ashley is hanging with these girls, and now all of a sudden she's saying she wants a BBL and she want to get work, or she has some lines that she feel like me coming through her face. So now she wants to get some Botox. Let me clarify when I say this. The reason some people were like, well, I don't think Ashley wanted the BBL because of, other people. I think she just wanted it for herself. Let me be clear. I do believe Ashley wanted BBL to make herself look good. And she doesn't even want a BBL. She just wants her boobs done. I do believe as a woman who has breastfed, I understand the girls they be happy at first. After you breastfeed, they become indifferent. I get it. I know they don't be sad. It's just that the boobs go from happy and perky and quirky to a bit indifferent, okay? Depending on how many children you have back to back and how long you breastfeed, then them bitches become depressed. So for those girls, I understand. Now, I only had one child and I breastfed for about 4 months, okay? So mine became a bit indifferent, okay? They not sad. They just a bit indifferent. So I understand that this young lady probably really wanted to get her boobs done, especially as a mother and a person who breastfed. I'm actually okay with the boobs. I think the problem happens is when it goes into the face and the why. And let me tell you this. I believe that she definitely always wanted to have her surgery because I know I wanted to lift my girls up, make them happy again. However, me not living inside of Atlanta, that's not on the forefront of my brain. Meaning, I'm not day in and day out, or at least even week in and week out. I'm not running around nowhere thinking about a BBL or thinking about doing my body up or thinking about, even getting dressed up on a regular day because that's not the environment I'm in. When you live in cities like Atlanta, if you've never lived in a major city where it's city, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm about to tell you right now, when you live in a major city like Atlanta, those places are cesspool for followers. And let me tell you why. Because it's typically trends that run the city. Whatever is trendy in said city, everybody do it. So if it's a club that gets trendy, everybody in the city go to the club. If it's an outfit that gets trendy, everybody in the city get the outfit. If it's a tattoo that's trendy, everybody in the city get the tattoo. I'll give you an example. I got a fleur-de-lis tattooed on my back right here. At one time, especially after Katrina, everybody and their mama was getting fleur-de-lis tattoos. Does that make sense? So if cities are typically trendy, or thank you, Ace, groupthink type people, if cities are typically trendy or groupthink type people, and someone like Ashley has always thought about maybe in her past having a BBL, when she gets to hang around the girls like the Bam or Carly or Sierra, you don't think that that's gonna make her want to inch more toward that BBL and actually commit to doing it? She would have a better chance of wanting to get it done and actually getting it done in the city of Atlanta versus like Hattiesburg, Mississippi. I'm pretty positive if Ashley could have wanted a BBL or wanted her boobs done her whole life. But if Ashley lives the rest of her days in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, I promise you, Ashley probably would never even get close to a consultation for a goddamn BBL. Why? Because the people in Hattiesburg, Mississippi ain't worried about no damn BBL. And I'm only using that because I haven't been to Hattiesburg. They might be on that type of time now. I haven't been there in a long time. But her being amongst the girls who are doing it, it does amplify her wanting to do it more. Does that make her a follower? Yes, in a way. But it does make us all followers when we live in big cities because we typically follow trends. You see what I'm saying? However, I just don't want the women who get it for themselves to think that that couldn't be the case for Ashley, because you got to keep in mind, these places like Atlanta, they start as the trendy thing for just Atlanta. Next thing you know, then the girls in Hattiesburg, Mississippi gonna be wanting to get their little fillers in. You see what I'm saying? It always starts somewhere. We went from laughing at Carly Red to now everybody face don't move. You see what I'm saying? I remember we used to think Joan Rivers was like a monster because of the plastic surgery in the face. Black folks ain't never got no plastic surgery in the face. And this is no shade. This is no shade. But Carly Red is from Trinidad. It would make sense why she would play with her face. This is no shade. I'm just saying in history, Black America ain't never messed with their face. But somehow, now everybody walking around here with a face like a brick. Now, why is this important? They got some women who doing it because they claim that they want to do it to make themselves feel good. I don't think that's the case for everybody. I'm a woman. I used to want to get me a little BBL, a little ish when it first popped off. But then I started to pay attention and I realized it's sickening. It's a sickness. It's a disease. To want to risk your life and go under a knife to look better. I'm sorry. It just is what it is. I was inside of a BBL group on Facebook for years. These women don't mind the thought of dying to come out with a big booty and big boobs. That has to be a mental illness. There's nothing else you can tell me. There's nothing else you can tell me. Okay? If somebody told you right now you can have a laser eye surgery that'll help you see again, but you might die, you're probably just going to run around seeing blurry. But if somebody tell you you can get you a bigger ass and you might die, and you say, sign me up, there's got to be something mentally there. But neither here nor there. I believe that this girl is committing, or at least wanting to commit to this stuff solely because of the company she keeps. And Zayn is going to say that to her. When Zayn was like, so are you doing this because Erica, she the one who got the work done and Amy got the work done? And she's like, no, I'm doing it for myself. A bit for yourself, but you are following the trend. You are following the trend. And this is the worst part. She's so pretty. She's gorgeous. She's one of the prettiest girls. I'm not going to hold you. Ashley, Rashida. I think Ashley and Rashida, to me, are the prettiest girls on this show. I'm trying to think. I think Ashley and Rashida, to me, are the prettiest girls on this show. Y'all could get in the comments and add some more names. But I'm thinking off the top of the head, I'm talking about just straight up fresh face. Ashley and Rashida are the pretty. They don't need this. And plus, once you start getting that stuff in the face, you can't go back. Okay? Let's get into a bit of this little conflict. And mind you, let me say this as well. My stance on the BBL comes from a medical concern standpoint. And also, I don't know what they doing to us Black women when we go under the knife. Them people might be Henrietta Laxing us. We don't know. It ain't that deep. I promise you. Let's get into it.
Like really love you, really, really love you.
Why are you saying it like that? Yes.
Okay, so let me ask this question without it being an argument. Okay, I know you went to your surgeon. You want to get this boob job.
Yeah.
In 12 years we've been together.
Yeah.
Have I ever said I didn't like your breasts?
No.
So why the hell are you trying to change your body?
Are you being for real?
I'm being dead serious.
Oh, can I add this too, just for context purposes? A lot of women are saying that it's still her body. And I agree. It is her body. However, she is married. Yes, he is a cheater. Yes, he probably cheated with women who have BBLs, right? And I see a lot of women who like, oh, well, how he gonna tell her to love her body and he keep cheating on her? And as a woman, I get that sentiment. But let me tell y'all something, women. If once y'all understand that just because a man sleep with a woman don't mean he'll be with a woman, and this is not to give them any type of props or any type of, I'm not to help up for men, but just because he sleep with a woman with a BBL don't mean he'll be with a woman with a BBL. So that doesn't mean, I don't think we should put ourselves under the knife to appease this nigga who keeps sleeping with other women with BBLs. Does that make that, like, how does that make logical sense? So I'm gonna go risk my life and go get a BBL because I'm worried about you sleeping with other women who do have the BBL. You're not gonna stop him from cheating. So getting the surgery to do what? I think this, as a married couple, they've been married for 12 years, she should definitely take what he's saying into consideration, because this is another thing y'all not hearing. I was in the BBL groups on Facebook. Those women who was over there saying, girl, don't worry about him. You don't need him. He just hating on you because you're going to be fine and you're going to get a new man. I'm going to tell you now, 99% of those women be by themselves and still by themselves. While you listening to these other people on this internet telling you not to listen to your husband, because no matter how bad or tumultuous the relationship is, that is still your husband. So while the women on the internet is telling her that she shouldn't worry about what he has to say, baby, you're going to be by your damn self along with the girls. Because see, we don't want to get into the data and statistics. I ain't going to go there. Only thing I'm saying is, if you understand the union of marriage, yes, it is your body. However, you have a husband who should have a say. He should at least be able to have something to say about it, and you should take it into consideration. If you don't, your marriage ain't going to last no way. So go get the surgery, dummy. You get it? Let's get back into it. Now, he's telling her that he loves her, and he don't have a problem with her body, but it's not enough.
Who the hell said something to you to make you want to change your body? Like, what person said, hey, you need to get some bigger titties? Like, who said that?
Well, first of all,
because I didn't say that.
You don't have to say this is about me, like as a woman, and I've told you this.
Who are you comparing yourself to?
Well, one, I'm not comparing myself to anybody. I'm the one that looks at this body every single.
Cap, I'm a woman. She a motherfucking lie. When you around them other women, when women are around women, we look each other up and down. We look to see what your hair look like. We look to see what your clothes got on. We look to see what your bag is. We look to see what your makeup look like. Girl, you're definitely looking at you and looking at them. You're definitely doing that. Even if it's a subconscious thing, you are definitely amongst these girls. You're looking at them and you're looking at you. I ain't gonna say you comparing necessarily. But as a woman, it's a natural competition. I'm just telling you now. So for her to be like, oh, I'm not comparing myself to anybody, that's cap. Because like I said, if she was sitting inside of Timbuktu, Mississippi, she wouldn't be sitting there talking to her husband about going to get no surgery. Because ain't nobody out there got the surgery. Does that make sense? Come on now, that's cap. We got to be honest.
Day.
I love your body. What's wrong with your body?
It's my body. Calm down. I've breastfed 2 children. I have a mom's body. This is something that I look at where I know what I used to look
on them things, do I complain?
It's not about that. It's about how I want to feel.
But this is the worst part, though. This is the worst part. She said she have a mom's body. When she went to the doctor and it was like, oh, I'm gonna pull my bra off and my boobs are gonna fall. Do you know the doctor told her that her breasts were normal? Like, women think that we got Instagram made us think that our boobs are supposed to sit up under our chin the rest of our lives. See, gravity happens. And a lot of women think that because their breasts aren't sitting directly up under their chin, that they need a breast lift. But I talked to a doctor and he told me, as long as your nipple doesn't point south to the ground, you typically don't need an entire lift. You see what I'm saying? But to have some sort of at least natural saggage is natural. The doctor told her this is normal. You know what he told her? But we're going to make you abnormal and put your boobs up here. That's literally what the doctor told her. So now, having a mom bod is a bad thing. And I don't understand, because I got me a mom bod. Don't care. Gonna still put that shit on. And ain't a bitch gonna tell me otherwise that I ain't bad. You see what I'm saying? But it's just the mindset that we've come to where normal, natural things are bad and we have to fix it and tweak it. That is the mindset of living inside of a city like Atlanta. It's the Instagram of the South.
Literally been telling this man for years that I wanted this surgery, and him sitting here bitching about what he wants. Why don't you take control of your body and let me take control of mine? Period. I did have a consultation, and I had Erica come with me. Like,
Erica
okay,
got her boobs done?
yes, she's had a couple different things done.
Amy got her boobs done?
Yeah.
I feel like you start hanging out with the tight face crew and then you want to get a tight face. You want to walk around with a tight face like everybody else? Like what are you doing?
Like I said, we've talked about this before.
And Erica went with you, so she's encouraging it too. She's just like, yeah, girl, let's get the boobs done.
As a woman to a woman who understands, like,
why did you take her with you, not me?
I didn't want you to discourage me, like you're doing right now. You're making me feel like I'm doing something wrong.
I'm trying to encourage you to love yourself even more. How do I discourage you by trying to encourage you to love yourself more?
Why you grow your hair out?
I grow my hair, but it's my natural hair.
That is not a good comparison. So her growing his hair out is the same as you risking your life to get your titties done? You can't. You can't compare that. Well, you go out, you're not safe when you're sleeping with other women. I seen women in the comments, she checkmated him. You go out and you sleep with other women. That's not safe. That is not the same as you going under that bed, under the knife, and not waking up for your kids. Y'all ain't just see DC Young Fly Baby Mama? We forgot about DC Young Fly Baby Mama? We forgot them 3 little bitty babies that girl just left. Think about where our value systems are. And they only do this to us. Did we forget about DC Young Fly Baby Mama? Kanye Mama. Yeah, Virgo. Come on, man. All this to fit in. And y'all want me to say, or y'all want me to think that she's doing this for her? No. She fitting in. She trying to fit in. And once she put that shit in her face, she can't never come back. I'm telling you now. And she's a beautiful girl. That's what I don't understand. Man, I divorced. If I was her husband, and I would compromise on the boobs, but the face, I'd be like, if you get that shit in your face, I'm getting a divorce. No, that would be where I draw the line. That would be where I draw the line. You can't, women, ladies, if you ever get into a loving marriage or a relationship where a man care about you, you can't be selfish, bro. Because doing that, getting the surgery, especially when you have kids, it is selfish. Because what if you die? What if you get handicapped? What if something happened to you? Now my kids can't have a mama because I wanted my ass big? That's not fair. That's selfish if you ask me. Now, if you have to get a procedure, that's one thing. But, that's just me. I don't know.
I ain't walking around with a wig. I didn't go get a wig.
So what?
Titties is like a wig. Titties is like a wig. Women can get wigs and switch it up, but God gave you some breasts and he gave you the body you have. Why would you want to switch it up? I don't want to feel like I'm hugging on a blow-up doll when I'm kissing on my girl. Do my feelings even matter? Like, I'm your husband.
Are you considering my feelings?
Yes.
So you're trying to tell me don't do it?
How much that surgery cost?
It's about what I want to do. If there's something I want to do in life, whether it was buy a house, buy a new car, if I want to buy new tits, be supportive of me.
Let's take this down a level. Can you hold my hand? Listen. All I'm saying, baby, is I think that you're beautiful the way you are. I feel like if I need to tell you beautiful more, I tell you beautiful more.
That's not going to stop me from wanting to get my tits done.
If my consideration means anything to you, I ask you to reconsider going under the knife and doing something to your
girl. He's looking her dead in the eyes, telling her that he love her. Her mind is already made up. I'm not even bashing her for going and getting a surgery. I'm not mad at it, but I wanted to clarify the fact that this girl is about to ruin her body and her face. And it's probably because of her location and the environment she's in. And this is just me from the outside looking in, but who am I? I don't think she needs any of these surgeries. I don't think her boobs look as bad as she think they do. But again, they're not mine. They're not on me. Somebody might look at mine and say they don't think they're as bad as I think they are. So I get that. But I just wish that we loved ourselves enough to know that black don't crack. So we don't need Botox in our face because black don't crack. We get to be 60, 70, and 80, and we still don't be having crow's feet. You see what I'm saying? See, that's how the black over here work. See, the black over here on the Western world, the black on this side, we go 60, 70, 80, and we be at 80, we be done just got our little first crow's feet. You see what I'm saying? So we don't need, and these be young girls in their 20s and 30s, and they going to get all this Botox and all this stuff in their face. And I'm just like, you do know you can never come back from this. Like, this is crazy. She's too beautiful, too pretty. Like, that would make me want to stand out even more. All my girls got BBLs except me, and I'm still bad. What's up? And matter of fact, I would make it out of competition in my head. I want to see how many niggas I can pull without the BBL. That's how my brain be working. Oh, all my girls got BBLs, bet. I want to see how many niggas I can pull without the BBL. The comment under here that got 4,000 likes is, he has cheated on her with girls with their bodies done. Yeah, he may love her, but he planted those seeds of insecurities in her. Let me say this to women. A man can't plant no seed of insecurity in you. If he can, you're already insecure, Fat. You was insecure for that man walk through the door. Okay? If a man is cheating on you, he don't have no value for you. Just walk out the door. You don't get to stay and then play the victim and say, well, I'm just going to go surgery up my body because you don't want to stop cheating. Either move around and get better for yourself or accept it, but don't play the victim, in my opinion. Okay? Now, I don't believe that because he sleep with women who get BBLs, that should be a reason for her to go and get one, because it has never worked in the past. Yeah, you don't want me to lose weight, but you sleeping with women who lose weight. Okay, then you go lose the weight. Does that stop him from cheating? It never has in the past. It just never has. I think that the logic of a man inserting your self-esteem is problematic within itself. And I get it as a woman. I used to think like that. I used to think I'm nothing without a man. I used to think I got to get somebody. I got to get married. I used to think like that. So I get it. But we got to start loving us enough to where a nigga can't plant a seed of insecurity or security. You get it? To where the seeds that's supposed to be planted is already planted, is already good. You only coming in to enhance, not take away. See, once women are okay with them, I swear to God, these niggas, the right niggas come falling in your lap. You feel what I'm saying? It's only when you chasing the niggas in the love that the wrong niggas fall in your lap. But I'm saying all that to say, don't ever let a man implant no security or insecurity in you. It's the worst thing you can do. You'll forever be on a hamster wheel of disaster for the rest of your life. It ain't worth it. And that girl don't need no surgery. The Bam didn't need them surgeries. Carly Rae didn't need them surgeries. Sierra didn't need them surgeries. But what Love and Hip Hop is doing is trying to push more and more of my Black American women to go down there to get cut on by these knives. I thought the BBL trauma or the BBL thing was a thing of the past. I thought we had passed it. But apparently Love and Hip Hop is trying to bring it back. So let me do my educational piece to it and tell my Black American women, we already know that they have been stealing our body parts, stealing our doggone organs, stealing our stem cells and all types of stuff. Are you really sure you want to let these folks just go cutting all up on you? Go cutting all up on you like that? Are you really sure you want to do that? I wouldn't. And plus, whenever Black women get killed on these tables, don't none of these doctors be held accountable. Have y'all caught on to that? Not one doctor, even if they don't have the license to practice, is ever held accountable for killing any of these Black women on these tables. Has nobody thought about that? These doctors are treating y'all like cadavers. They experimenting on y'all. This is why I'm really against it. I don't give a damn what you want to look like. I'm really against it because I feel like on the inside, it's some real horrible, disgusting things that these white folks is doing to my people. And I hate that. So for me, you know what I'm saying? Knowing that I can go die and my family wouldn't even be able to sue this company or sue this hospital so they could at least take care of my kids in the event that I ain't here. Oh yeah, because you can't sue the companies, you can't sue the doctors, you can't do nothing. So you now you done lost your life and you ain't even leave nothing behind to doggone take care of your kids. Y'all don't see how the game is rigged on the BBL shit? So you mean to tell me these folks can come in here and do all type of malpractice stuff on my body? I could die. They could steal my kidneys, my lungs, my organs, and all that stuff. Nobody says nothing. I could die. Them folks going about their business, and my family just left to pick up the pieces. Do you not see the play? I don't trust the BBL. I think the BBL is a door in which they use to get Black American women in there to steal from us, steal our melanin, steal our stem cells, steal all the goodies that we need. They already using abortion as one of the ways to do it. I think the BBL is a whole nother way to do it. And plus, we still don't have no idea in the next 20, 30, 40 years what it's going to do to the people who got it. Y'all thought about that? See, I got a degree in research and I understand the way research works, right? And I understand you always have to research the research. Since the BBL is a new trend that just came out, I want to say about maybe 10, 20 years ago, we'll probably wait about 50 years and see what did the BBL do to all these people physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, relationship-wise. How did the BBL affect these people? You know, this is how we found out that cancer comes from cigarettes. Just like this. Trials. Just like this. See, y'all be letting these people fool y'all with the convenience, fool y'all with the tomfoolery of it, of the life camera and action of the bullshit, and y'all not understanding the bigger picture. See, Black America, I keep telling y'all, you're walking dollar signs. You are walking charging ports. Everybody want a piece of you. And so they finding ways to get these pieces, and they're very clever with it. Some of those ways are giving you convenience. Some of those ways are making you feel like you're getting something out of it, making you feel like you look better. Come on in. We'll do a BBL for you. Yeah, come on in. Come on in. We'll do this for you. Yeah, come on in. And you don't even know what they really in there doing. You don't even know what you really in there doing. You don't know what them folks really, they could be putting chips in your ass. You don't even know. You don't even know. So now you're faced with possible death. You're faced with, if you die, your family ain't gonna get nothing from these folks, and I don't give a damn if they're American or not. The government does not prosecute these doctors who kill Black women in America on the table. They have not prosecuted one. Not yet. Even Kanye mama didn't get justice. And this was Kanye, not Ye. This was backpack polo shirt Kanye, nigga Kanye, George Bush don't like Black people Kanye. This was the all-time Kanye, and even his mama couldn't get justice. Think about that. Even Kanye, so you the regular, average, everyday schmegully, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, if anybody was thinking about it, just take those things into consideration. I'm not telling you what to do. I think that every woman should do whatever makes her feel good, whatever makes her look good and feel good, because a woman, honestly, our whole day in life is placated on how we feel. We emotional creatures, okay? So I want every woman to feel good and do what they need to do, but they use these celebrities to market this BBL shit to you for a reason. Be mindful of that. It ain't worth you dying and not being here for your kids. And at least in other situations, you can do a malpractice suit and your kids could financially be taken care of, which not having a mother is the most detrimental thing you could do to a kid. Money ain't going to take that away, or at least help that out. Money doesn't make that okay, but you won't even be able to financially take care of your kids. It's not that deep. And I find in places like New Orleans, Atlanta, I don't know how it is in New York. I'm going to be up there Friday. But in places where they got a lot of people in major cities, a lot of trendy stuff happen. The teats is a thing. I told y'all, if somebody would have told me 20 years ago, young people will be going by permanent dentures, I would have slapped them in the face. But now everybody got the turly teeth. Everybody got dentures. Don't nobody want crooked teeth no more. Don't know. Crooked teeth is just the worst thing ever. Everybody's teeth look like turlets. Okay, Everybody got the toilet paper teeth, the toilet teeth. Everybody, now they going to putting the shit up their face. There's going to be a bunch of nigga Joan Rivers running around here. And I'm telling you now, if you scare my dog, I'ma slap you. If Saint get the barking because he don't know who you is, I'm telling you now, immediately I get going into windmill mode because I don't want my child to be scared. You get it? Yeah, it ain't worth it, y'all. It really ain't worth it. Ooh, did y'all see the Africans getting the BBL? Oh, they it's big in Africa too. I told y'all the African girls, they got the lace fronts, the BBLs to my African girls, to the girls over in Africa, Europe, Asia. Don't be following these hoes over here in America. Don't do it, I'm telling you. Listen, they already attacking us. Y'all get to following these hoes over here. Y'all gonna follow right off a cliff. Do not be, I'm telling you. I'm black and even I don't follow the girls in America. Y'all could come around here. I see y'all on the internet. It be cute. You little 1, 2, ging, ging, woo, woo, woo. I see y'all. But y'all can follow these girls over here in America if y'all want. They're going to walk y'all right off the cliff. I'm here and I don't follow them. Don't follow these girls. I don't care what the internet showed you. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Now let's move on. Ooh, I remember that too. At one time, it was a lot of TSs that was doing a lot of the shots and stuff in the basement. Wasn't it a TS that had did Cardi's and Nicki's? Wasn't it? No. Cardi's. Which one of them said they went in the basement? Wasn't that Cardi on it? Put a one in the chat. Who that was that went on a Breakfast Club and said that they went in the basement and got the TS to shoot her up? And then they had problems. Was it Cardi? I think it was Cardi. You know, that was a trend at one time. A lot of the girls were letting the TSs shoot them up. Now, and it would make sense because let me tell you something. A lot of the TSs were doing that. Remind you, these are males transitioning. So it would make sense for them to shoot themselves up. Now we got women who already got hips. Girl. And this is the worst. Y'all remember when Cardi had first really broke up with Offset and she was in the bathroom crying? You could tell she was in the bathroom because I heard the echo. Y'all remember now Cardi, to me, on Instagram looks like a beautiful girl. But it took for this moment for me to start paying attention to her to see her flaws because I didn't see them at first. But Cardi was crying on the toilet or wherever she was in the bathroom. And she was saying, she was talking about Offset. She was like, he know how insecure I am about my body. And he continue to go mess with these other girls. And he already know I'm insecure. Now, in my mind, when I'm hearing her say this, I'm like, Cardi is bad. What you mean insecure about her body? And then I started paying attention. I started really looking at Cardi because I'm thinking, this is Cardi B. How can a nigga like Offset make a bitch like Cardi B be insecure? Like, bitch, what? Like, what? The 1 + 1 not making 2 to me. It just didn't make sense to me. Not Cardi. Of all the girls, not Cardi. She seemed to be the most confident of them all. But then I started paying attention to Cardi and I'm starting to see why she's insecure. Cardi's body is very disproportionate, extremely disproportionate. Cardi's waist is like this, but her booty is like this. I'm pretty sure the waist to ass ratio for clothes, I'm pretty sure in the nude, it probably don't look all of that. You see what I'm saying? Because then you got to worry about the marks from when they sticking in with the lipo. So then she got little bullet wounds here, little bullet wounds there. I'm just imagining. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Then so you got the bullet wounds here, and then she probably put a bunch of tattoos to cover it up, but we can still see it though. So she got bullet wounds here, bullet wounds there from the lipo. Then she probably, like I said, small waist, big old ass. I'm pretty positive that does a number on that thigh under the booty. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Yeah, Nikki too. That thigh, that booty thigh. You know what I'm talking about? That booty thigh. That thigh that's right under the booty, right under the crease. You know what I'm talking about for us who have the crease. But right under the crease of the booty, they got thigh meat right there. It's typically on the bike. Okay. Now, in that thigh meat, that's typically what holds up the booty. Now, because Cardi don't naturally have this booty, I'm pretty sure it's a struggle time in the back booty thigh meat because it's trying to hold up a mountain. Does that make sense? So I started paying attention to her. I'm looking at her dress. I'm looking at her, and I'm like, Cardi is beautiful, and she dressed amazing. But I can see why she would be insecure because Cardi is one of those girls who have all the surgeries, who have all the clothes, all the bags, all the shoes, and all the stuff. But when Cardi get in that mirror and she wipe that makeup off that face and she take them clothes off, and you can see that look that be on the side of her mouth sometimes. I don't know what it is though. Don't come sue me. She see the real Cardi. And that within herself makes her insecure. It don't matter how many levels or layers of clothes she put on. It don't matter it don't matter what she does. What will always stand for Cardi is when she take all that shit off, she's still that regular, schmegular girl from the Bronx. And that's insecurity. That's insecure to her because she's supposed to be bigger than that, better than that, larger than life. It made sense. And every woman has an insecurity, every single one. Something about us because that's how critical we are of ourselves. Every woman has something we're kind of insecure about, okay? But either way, the level of insecurity of Cardi, whoo. Because there's no way I could play the baddest bitch online and then get on here and cry, tell y'all this nigga got me insecure, bitch, please. Bitch, I'd rather die. I'd rather get on here and lie and cry and act like the nigga done ran over my foot. Bitch, I get on here and lie. I get on here and lie and tell y'all that nigga beat me up. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? I would get on here and lie on that nigga and tell y'all that nigga beat me up before I tell you that nigga got me on here feeling insecure. Bitch, please, ain't gonna give it to a bitch to have to use against me, ho. No, sluts. Ain't gonna be able to come back and say, bitch, that's why that nigga had you over there insecure. No, bitch. I'd rather say that nigga beat me up. No, bitch. Yeah, he beat me up. Oh, well. Bitch. Yeah, I got knocked in the marsh between the wash machine and the dryer. Oh, well. Bitch, I'll give you that. But I'm not gonna tell you a nigga had me insecure. Ain't gonna never come out my mouth. Sorry, not sorry. Never coming out my mouth. I'm not giving no bitch that type of ammo. Are you crazy? Girl, please. As soon as Mad Day come, that's why that nigga. Oh no, bitch, I don't like that. Let's move on, girl. All right, y'all. So we need to move on. Shout out to the girls in the video. Shout out to everybody in the building. I want to move on to what's this? Oh, Beyonce. So Beyonce has been called out for cosplaying white folk, and I agree. Beyonce has turned into a clear woman right before our eyes. Are we ready to have the conversation yet or no? If it's too early, we'll wait. I would like to be cautious and I would like to make sure that everybody's good. You know what I'm saying? But if it's too early, we'll wait. But are we ready to have the conversation about Beyonce turning into a clear woman before our eyes? Because she is. This ain't the old Beyonce. We've talked about this before over here. This ain't the old Beyonce. Who is this woman? And y'all wondering why she got to bring Rumi and Sir and all them out there. Because, girl, who is this? Like I say, I don't know this Beyonce. I've never met her. I don't know none of her songs. I do not know who this woman is. Never. Matter of fact, I've seen her. People have told me that she's Beyonce, but I don't know this lady. I don't know nothing about her. That's y'all homegirl. I don't know her. Sorry. I don't know this lady. Hold on. Tina must be putting some witchcraft on me. Get behind me, Satan. Let me get on your daughter. Like I said, I don't know this woman. This lady right here who have these concerts, who have y'all with the boots on the ground, who basically is kind of like kind of like a reverse colonizer. No cap. She kind of is. I ain't gonna lie. But anyway, this lady, who y'all be going to the concert by, and y'all be having y'all boots and all that stuff. I don't know who that is. Now, Pierce Morgan is saying that she's cosplaying Marilyn Monroe, but didn't I hear I heard that Marilyn Monroe was white passing. I don't know how true that is. Have anybody else heard about that? So the word on the curb is that Marilyn Monroe back in the day, or at least the rumor, is that Marilyn Monroe was white passing, allegedly, like J. Edgar Hoover, and that a lot of people, that black people knew it. Now, I don't know if it's true. That was just a rumor, but ultimately, Pierce Morgan is trying to utilize Marilyn Monroe as white culture. For all of you guys who don't know a bit about Marilyn Monroe, she was a slut and a whore in the 60s, and she slept with the president and his brother. It was believed that they ran trains, but I can't confirm. That's who Marilyn Monroe was. She was a thick girl. She took cute pictures and all of that, but she was a slut. Okay? So, that's for everybody who didn't know who Marilyn Monroe was. But Pierce Morgan is trying to grab onto white culture and use Marilyn Monroe as white culture. So he's trying to say that Beyonce is cosplaying Marilyn Monroe. He says, very disappointed to see Beyonce culturally appropriate Marilyn Monroe in her new Levi's ad jeans. Now, let me say this. Levi's ad. I seen the Levi's ad. That shit trash. Them jeans trash. I don't see what y'all see. I'm gonna just go there. But anyway, so everybody's freaking about this Levi's ad. And let me tell you why these clear people are freaking out. Because Levi's, the face of Levi's, have been clear cowboys for how long? The fact that they want to put blackface back on Levi's, when we was the ones who made jeans and boots and all that stuff what it was, because that's the stuff we were wearing. The fact that they have this lady as the face of Levi's, that's why the clears are losing their mind. They have every critique and everything to say about Beyonce, because how dare she not only be a country music girl, but now y'all gonna make her the face of jeans? How dare you? Not the Levi's. Okay? So Pierce Morgan and a lot of other people are having issues with that, but ultimately they do have a point about Beyonce turning white as well. Okay. So that was what Pierce said. Look at what Megyn Kelly said. This is the opposite of Sydney Sweeney ad. Quite clearly, there's nothing natural about Beyonce. Everything from her image to her fame to her success to her look below is bought and paid for. Screams artificial, fake, enhanced, trying too hard. The clears is dragging B. They are haters. I will say this. Silver's right. Two things can be true. Beyonce the jeans is trash, but also them clears is hating hard. They don't like that. And she looks white, or at least she's starting to look more appealing to whites. So that means the clear people who like black women, they're going to want to gravitate toward the Beyoncés. They are hating down to the ground. This lady, Megyn Kelly, talking about ain't nothing natural, ain't nothing natural. Megyn Kelly, you don't look natural. You don't look natural. We all know clear don't age well. I'm pretty sure you've had some work done. So how dare you sit down and talk about she don't look natural? You look 60. What you mean? It's a lot of hating going on. These clear people are trying. This is what they're doing, and this is what black people need to start doing. What the clear people are doing are being very, very passive aggressive. What do I mean by that? What they're doing is they're making it seem as if it's not a big deal when it really is. So they're making little smart remarks and little smart, replies, which are dog whistles for everybody else in the culture to stay away from that. We not rocking with that. It's a low-key way of them telling everybody else in the clear country culture, we not fucking with that. Okay? I understand what this is. Okay? That's why Pierce Morgan is speaking out, Megyn Kelly and everybody else. They are doing the dog whistle to everybody else inside the culture. Leave that alone. We don't rock with it. I think we should be doing the same thing. And the reason I'm saying is because when we all out loud with it, bad enough to tell us get the windmilling and acting crazy because they feel like their lifeline gonna be cut off. But when we start sticking together in solidarity, and when we know what the dog whistles are and what, you feel what I'm saying? Like who we rocking with and who we not, we can get us, we don't have to be all outwardly with it. We can be just as cunning and sly as the enemy is, because that's what they do, smile and act like, oh no, it's not that big of a deal. Whole time they jugging in your back. We could be doing the same thing. I feel like we should pick up on that. Whenever they come to our culture, instead of clapping like we do, instead of clapping when they come to our culture, we need to be saying little sly stuff like, oh no, this is so not hip hop. Oh God, where did he learn how to do that? I would have never done that. This is so, oh my God, is he cosplaying Eminem? Like we need to be doing that. For real. Because what they want to do is play in our face and make it seem like they're not stabbing us in our backs. What is the bigger way of saying F you back? Let's play back in your face. They just trying to kick her out the culture. Bad enough she had the album on the charts. Now y'all gonna give her the Levi's commercial. They want her up out of there. That's what they doing. Who else has something to say? That's the commercial. That's the commercial. But yeah, that's why Pierce and all these other people are gonna start speaking out. And this is the gag. They're trying to compare her to the Marilyn Monroe of it all, trying to basically say she cosplaying a white woman to get in their culture. But let's just say that's true, because I believe that's what she's doing. What's the problem, clear people? Y'all cosplay us to get in our culture every single day of the week. Every single day. Clear people all over America has come to America and then gaslit us and said we got our accents from them. That's a whole nother thing. I don't even want to go there, but y'all get everything y'all got from us. So what if she going over there to cosplay white to get in the culture? Oh well, and what's wrong with her doing it? Y'all motherfuckers do it every day. It's ours. To begin with, if Black Americans got back into country music and did our own genre of country music, we would shut this bullshit y'all got running over there down today. If Black America rallied around our country music stars and put money behind them and support behind them and buy them albums and make them trend like we do everybody else, we would shut country music down as the Clears know it all together. Because we know everybody come where we at. So what? If she cosplaying a white woman to get into country music, oh well. Get it how you live, clear people. You steal everything you have. Then you won't gaslight the people and tell the people you stole from that they got it from you. Y'all the most diabolical sons of bitches I've ever seen. Oh, she's cosplaying. She wants to be Marilyn Monroe. Fuck Marilyn Monroe. Ain't no nigga bitch never worry about no Marilyn Monroe. Only the gays. No shade. Women, black women don't give a damn about no Marilyn Monroe. Nigga. Fuck. We too dark-skinned to be worried about some damn Marilyn Monroe. That's y'all icon. That ain't ours. That's that Hollywood shit. Niggas don't give a damn about no Marilyn Monroe, nigga. Fuck wrong with y'all? Man, watch out. But either way, I find it rich, like I said, that they want to call out Beyonce when everything they have is stolen, from the language to the name to the culture to the way that they talk, walk, act, and dress. Yes, them too. It ain't just the black tethers. It's the white clear ones too. Everything they got from us. And I remember this old video of this lady talking about how women or people from the South, where the black people in the South got the accents from. And she started going through all these accents from Ireland to Swedish to all these different places. And she's like, this is where you get your Southern drawl from, because you got it from the Irish, because you got bullshit. We ain't got nothing from nobody. We are the creators, mind you. We the only creators on this motherfucker. Don't play with no us. We ain't got nothing from nobody. The white folks, just like the other ones, got everything they got from us. Everything. That's why, to answer my own question as a little bitty girl, if Africa is the motherland, why they over here? Why they didn't go to Africa? Because the motherland ain't in the land per se. It's in the people. Pop your motherfucking collar. You get it? The motherland ain't in the land. It just dawned on me. It never was in the land. The motherland is in the people. So this is why the white folks came to America. They came to the motherland where the people were, which would also make sense why Hitler said, y'all having y'all possession Americas are God's precious jewel. See how it's all clicking? Damn. It's making sense now. Now it's starting to make sense. But yay, like I said, I hope she get in there and infiltrate it and shut it down. And I said what I said, because clear people, y'all don't have a genre of music. You never created a genre of music. Every music genre you've ever had came from us. Rock, pop, saltgrass, all that shit. Any and everything you do. Matter of fact, I don't even think y'all are a people of any type of music. I think y'all stole every form of music from everywhere you've ever been. Y'all ever notice white people blend in and become the people? Like reptilians, they blend in and become the people that they around, and then turn around and tell the people that they blended in and became that you got this from me. Come on now. These clear people, I don't know. They say they was made in the lab. I don't know it. But these clear people come over here. They didn't come with nothing. They don't have nothing. They just, you know what they have? You know what they blessed with? The blessing of thievery. They do that better than anybody in the world. Anybody in the world. Okay? The blessing of thievery. White folks ain't created nothing. They're not creators. They don't have it in them. So even if they want to say that Beyonce is trying to steal it, getting their culture with the Levi's and the thing, get on in, Beyonce, with your crazy ass, because she get on my nerves too. But I'm on your side this time. Against the clears. Girl, let's move on. Y'all get the likes up on the video. And let me ask y'all something. I keep hearing y'all say something about Act 3. What was on Act 2? And tell the truth. Do y'all know 5 songs off the album? Tell the truth. Don't lie. I need a Beehive person to be honest. Do you know 5 songs off the album? Tell the truth. Yes or no? Put a Y or in, and don't lie. And I'm gonna know when y'all lying. See, when all the Y's come in, I'm gonna know y'all lying. Do y'all know 5 songs off the album? This is just a question. Do you could you put the album on and let 5 songs play, and you could know the whole songs from the front to the back? And y'all worry about Act 3. Y'all ain't even got Act 2 yet. Beyonce gonna cuss y'all out. See, that's why she be riding over the crowd with hearses and all of that. She hoping one day that bitch fall on one of y'all. Y'all been playing with Beyonce, and Beyonce be tired of y'all playing with her. And I get it. At this point in time, I'm with Beyonce. I'm tired of y'all playing with her too. Y'all want to march down to the concert. Y'all want to put on the cowboy boots, but y'all don't know 5 songs off the album. Y'all got to be stopped. Y'all have to be stopped. How did we get here? How did we get here? Y'all going to concerts and don't know the songs? This is crazy, insanitary. This is crazy. Hey, at this point, Rashida concert might be lit. Put it on them, make them wanna marry me. Put it on them, make them wanna marry me. Put it on them, make them wanna marry me. Oh, she sounds so bad. Oh, Rashida sounds so bad. Oh, she sounded so bad. Oh, Rashida had to be a plant. She had to be. There's no way. There's nobody, I don't believe nobody heard her and was like, sign her. I need her. Nobody. I don't think nobody heard Rashida rap nothing and was like, yeah, we about to sign her. We about to get her. She had to be a plant, huh? What other purpose would a rapper coming in saying, put it on them, make them want to marry me? What other purpose would she have? Like, that had to be the most obvious spy in Atlanta. She probably took down Big Meech in them. She might have took down Big Meech in them. I don't know. I'm still her and Kirk. Because where Kirk come from? Did he come from Harlem? Harlem on the rise, huh? Girl, they might be spies. Girl, Kirk and Rashida might be spies. Do you hear me? The third earring might be a doggone camera. See how it just came to me? Y'all always want to make fun of Kirk with the 3 earrings. Oh, he got 3 earrings, 3 earrings. Whole time the third earring was a camera. Crazy work. Crazy work. Crazy work. I still don't understand. Either way, I don't know. We need to check into those things. Y'all. We need to check into those things. All right, now let's move on. Oh, let's go get Gina. Gina cussed y'all out. Gina had cussed y'all out and told y'all to mind y'all business. Hold on, let me go get Gina on here. So Gina is Diddy's ex-girlfriend, and she came out and she had a few things to say about people in America, because basically she came out and said that she loved her man and she want him to come home. Now, a lot of the girls was mad at Gina for saying that she ready for her nigga to come home. But my thing is how y'all gonna be mad at her for wanting her nigga to come home? This is a genuine question. That is her nigga, okay? Let me get her on here. Diddy. Gina done cursed y'all out because she must have, when she wrote her letter and y'all was dragging her for saying, girl, why is you writing a letter to the judge? Baby, Gina came back and said, girl, F you and your mama, bitch. That's what Gina said. Hold on. Let me get her on here. Let me get Gina on here. Now, Gina, I had went back and saw a little clip of that. I had saw a little clip of that interview she did with Tasha K, and the way she was talking, Diddy was whooping her ass, girl. Diddy was whooping her down to the ground. But she said free her nigga. So let's get into it. It says Diddy's ex-girlfriend Gina Wynn, who was identified as victim 3 in the federal lawsuit, accused him of sex trafficking and abuse, took to threads to defend him, writing free Diddy and calling the people judging her goofies. Despite being named as one of his alleged victims, Gina has continued to publicly support him, sparking backlash online. So then she posted free Diddy with a brown heart. So that means she that's for her nigga. Then she posted, you sheeps act like I can't forgive a man I once loved. I'm not going to kick him while he's down because y'all want me to. Bitch, I don't even know you. The F, LOL, goofies. I'm always going to have his back. Now, this is what Gina had to say. Now, Gina said this because y'all came out there and tried to drag Gina. Now, remember, all y'all who want to drag Gina now, don't you do it, because y'all said what they called it? Stockholm syndrome. Oh, yeah. All y'all who want to drag Gina, now y'all want to say, oh, girl, Gina, you stupid. No. Remember, y'all called it Stockholm syndrome? She having a new case of it. So let that girl go through her levels of Stockholm syndrome. She'll come out of it like a seizure or something. So at this point in time, I feel like y'all can't drag Gina. Gina is a victim. Remember y'all said that? Y'all said Gina was a victim. So y'all cannot drag Gina. She's going through Stockholm. She going through Stockholm syndrome. Okay. So y'all can't drag for Gina. Gina said she want her nigga back. Let me tell you something. I'm going to be realistic. If I was Gina, I'd be putting free that nigga too. And let me tell you why. Bitch, who else going to take care of me? This nigga, listen, think about it. You got to think smart. Everybody done turned their back on Diddy. Diddy right now is in the most vulnerable place he's ever been. Whatever that nigga have left, I would show like a piece. Is gonna get on here and say free my nigga. Girl, it's about chess, not checkers. You bitches on here were y'all in y'all feelings about it. I need a coin. I need to see what he have left after the trial and see how I can get in and see what I can get up out of it. Because this nigga he may not ever be able to have nothing again. I want to see what little crumbs I can come in here and see what I can get. See, y'all just thinking, oh, this is horrible. He's a monster. Yeah, girl, all of that. Free Diddy. Bitch, I'm trying to get in. I'm trying to see, you see what I'm saying? Maybe he got a little something stashed away. You feel what I'm saying? That he could throw me a little something. It's the economy bad. OnlyFans, not OnlyFans no more. The clear girl that made the block hot ever since Shannon got his lawsuit. The girls ain't, man, look, watch out. I would be on here saying, free my nigga too. Because I'm not, y'all listen. Is y'all hoes gonna help me find somewhere to live? Girl, these girls make their living off of this. This is how they eat. These girls don't clock in nowhere. Y'all is crazy. They don't clock in nowhere. Where else she gonna get money? She doing what she should do. Free my nigga. As you y'all act like she could just go to work. Like, yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna just go get a job. She can't get no job. This is the way she makes money. This is her income. She's supposed to say free him. It was kind of like crazy how even with the other Asian girl, Daphne, she was even on the stand low-key, you know, checking in for Diddy. Because, girl, he paying her rent. Come on. Y'all, are we realistic right now? Or now, don't get me wrong. I personally wouldn't be hollering no free Diddy. Just me. But I wouldn't be dependent on Diddy to live. But somebody like her, who's dependent on somebody like Diddy to survive, she's doing what she's supposed to do. Plus, y'all said it was Stockholm Syndrome. Remember, she's a victim. She's a victim. Ooh, this is a good point, Lovely K. Lovely K said it's her chance to have him to herself. Clock it. Because Gina been wanting him, huh? Girl, he is on his down. Girl, listen, let me tell you something. I'm a chess player, right? So I understand how this move affects the move later on. If I'm Gina and I've been wanting that nigga, and he doing bad right now, he down bad. Yeah, I'm about to swoop up in there and play. I love you. I'm gonna be here for you. I'm gonna support you. You motherfucking right. I'm about to do that. Yes, absolutely. He's his most vulnerable. Now I can get a few licks back. And I can see what I can get up out of this nigga. Because right now, he hurt. He fucked up. He don't trust nobody. Girl, are you insane? You damn right. I'm going to say free my nigga. Go and pick up the phone when he call. Because when he get out, because he going to get out. When he get out, I need to see what... You feel what I'm saying? You think Gina... And she been wanted the nigga? Girl, now is your time. Girl, now is your time. This is your time, bitch. This is the day that the Lord has made specifically for you. She doing what she's supposed to do. Y'all still think about Cassie getting her head knocked up and down the hallway. That girl ain't worried about none of that. Y'all don't want to worry about Cassie getting her head kicked through the hallway like a bowling ball. That girl don't care about none of that. Now is her time, bitch. My girl been waiting her whole life for this moment. Y'all not about to come between her and her man? Girl, are y'all okay? This is her moment, honey. Ciao. Go ahead on, Gina. Gina got Stockholm, so y'all can't drag her. Say what I said. Gina's saving her nigga. And herself, as she should. Girl, because I forgot. Gina and Daphne wanted him, huh? Gina and Daphne wanted him. Camille, thank you so much for the super chat. Says it's the Pisces in you. I think I read that one. All right, thank you so much for the super chat. Measure Man says you have to remember they always have to tap. They keep a pipeline, and the cosplay is to further cast a trope and image of us. That makes sense. Thank you so much for the super chat. KB, thank you for the super chat. Says, can you do an ancestral or genealogical educational Friday? Okay, there's an awakening happening. I always feel positive after your show. You have beautiful energy. Thank you so much, KB. Yes, absolutely. We could definitely, I've done one on genealogy before. I've had somebody come in and talk about it. I hope it was on this channel and not on the other channel. Speaking of, I am in contact with YouTube to talk about that, so we'll deal with that. But either way, I hope it was on this channel and not the other channel. But I have talked about genealogy. I have talked about stuff like that. But we can definitely do another one because we definitely need to get on it. Measure Man, thank you for the super chat. Says, remember that lady was using Fix a Flat for BBLs and make a grip. Yay! I remember. Wasn't that the lady who got arrested? Because didn't somebody die or something? Didn't he get in the bloodstream or something? It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. Pure Joy, thank you for the super chat. Says, "Boo, you coming to the filthy apple? Yeah, girl. Girl, keep your head on a swivel in 2021. I had a breast reduction lift. Best decision I ever made. Love that. Thank you so much, Pure Joy. Yeah, I'll be in New York tomorrow. In New York. I'm gonna be in New York tomorrow. Gonna be in there. And look, I called my home girl. I said, girl, what they wearing up there? She won't say tennis shoes and designer. Bitch, designer. Do you know me? Girl, I shop on the sale racks. I don't have no designer. I don't have one label. I don't own a label. I don't even, no, I do. I have a fake YSL bag. I don't have no labels. But guess what? I'ma strut them unlabels like a dog. Gonna do it. I went and bought me a pair of G-Nikes yesterday. Did go buy me a pair of G-Nikes. That's Air Force Ones for the ones in the bike. Went and bought me a pair of G-Nikes yesterday. Now y'all got me out a pair of tennis shoes. But what I'm not gonna do is buy no labels. I don't have no labels. I don't have one thing with a label on it. I really don't. I don't like that stuff. I don't have no need for it, no use for it. I don't care about it. So I don't have any labels, but I will go out there with my no-name brand and I'm gonna stomp like a big dog. Gots to know that. And plus, the way my personality set up, bitch, it's gonna look like I have on labels anyway. What's up? It's gonna look like I have on. Girl, look at me talking too much, girl. Them people gonna say, get your dirty ass from out. Somebody from New York gonna see me walking across the street. Man, get your dirty ass from. I would die. Could you imagine a nigga coming, man, if you don't get your dirty ass, man? I would die. I would shrivel. I'd do the ugly cry. I be thinking like that, bro. Thank you so much for the super chat. Nicole Smith says Beyonce should have idolized Dorothy Dandridge. Facts, and she was gorgeous. Facts, if anybody. Trey, thank you for the super chat. Says Marilyn was cosplaying a white. She was part Mexican. I heard something like that. They said she wasn't really clear. We the people, thank you for the super chat. Says Gina snatching and surviving good times as she should. As she should. For real. I don't have no labels, y'all. I don't have one label, and I'm not going to buy none. So y'all gonna catch these sale rack tees, this Fashion Nova tees, in these G-Nikes. I bought me a pair of white G-Nikes. Is the streets dirty? Is Master Splinter gonna jump out and step on my G-Nikes? Let me stop playing. Shout out to New York, because I'm gonna be out there. I want them people to beat me up, girl. I want to make it home safely, girl. Would love to make it home safely. All right. Now, I want to get into y'all heard about this story about this active shooter. So apparently there was an active shooter in Georgia. He looked like he a nigga too. On a military base. And 5 people were shot. They apprehended the suspect. And I wanted to talk about it because people always talk about the action, but don't want to talk about what happened leading up. So it says 5 soldiers shot at a military base in Georgia. Gunman apprehended. 5 soldiers were injured in the shooting at the U.S. Army Fort Stewart base in Georgia, according to a verified Facebook page for Fort Stewart and Hunter Army Airfield. The extent of their injuries hasn't been disclosed, but all were taken to Wynn Army Community Hospital for treatment. The shooter has been apprehended, and officials confirmed there is no ongoing threat to the community. Let's keep everyone in prayers. Now, this seems to be a black dude, Black American. He seemed Black American. I don't know. Let's get into the story, y'all. Get the likes up.
Fort Stewart in Georgia is on lockdown because of an active shooter. Army officials say there are casualties and the incident's ongoing. It happened around 11 a.m., they say, and law enforcement is on the scene. Now, the governor says he is saddened by the news, but is in close contact with law enforcement. ABC News senior Pentagon reporter Louis Martinez and ABC News contributor, former NYPD chief of detectives Robert Boyce, are here with more on this. Louis, what's the latest?
Diane, the latest is that we are now reporting that a person is in custody involved in this active shooter situation at Fort Stewart in Georgia, which is just outside of Savannah, Georgia. We are hearing that there are multiple wounded, according to a U.S. official, who again also provides the same information that this person who is believed to be the shooter is in custody. We know that around 11:04 this morning, there were initial reports that something had happened at the base, and then we got confirmation from Fort Stewart. They posted on their Facebook page.
Fort Stewart in Georgia is on lockdown because of an active shooter.
5 soldiers shot in an active shooter incident. This is from the Fort Stewart page, Facebook page. It says, Fort Stewart, Georgia, 5 soldiers were shot today in an active shooter incident in the 2nd Armored Brigade Combat Team area. All soldiers were treated on site and moved to Wynn Army Community Hospital for further treatment. There is no active threat to the community. Law enforcement was dispatched for a possible shooting at the 2nd ABCT complex at 10:56 a.m. The shooter was apprehended at 11:35 a.m. The installation was locked down at 11:04 a.m. and Fort Stewart lifted the lockdown of the main cantonment area at 12:10 p.m. 2nd ABC complex or ABCT complex is still locked down. Emergency medical personnel were dispatched to treat the wounded soldiers at 11:09 a.m. The incident remains under investigation and no additional information will be released until the investigation is complete. So, according to Fort Stewart, somebody just went wild out and started shooting inside of the doggone place. Now, this is what I want to know. What happened leading up to that? Because a lot of people are saying, and I'm seeing this first comment here saying that, oh, they took the person alive, he must be white. The rules of engagement for military is not the same as the rules of engagement for civilian. Now, I get it. They have some similarities. There's still racism, obviously, but the rules of engagement are different. They're not just going to shoot him because he's black. This isn't a CNN episode of who shot the next black dude, okay? That's not how it works in the military, okay? So either way, this dude comes to work and he starts shooting people, but nobody is talking about what happened leading up to the shooting. What happened to transpire to make somebody want to come to work and shoot up everybody? Now, I used to think about this when the clear people would go in there and start shooting up bases and offices and post office, what they call it, they going postal. And I'm over here saying, damn, like what's going on? What's going on? And what people don't understand is people really be playing with you on your job. People really play with people on their job. Like I told y'all, my daddy said this long time ago, the quickest way to lose your life is mess with a man's livelihood or the way that he feed his family. People really be playing with you on your job. And the thing about it is sometimes people really be about that stuff that you be on at the job. See, people be taking these ranks and this status and this position and this management, but they be taking that shit for real, not knowing niggas really be getting active behind some stuff too, for real. See, but they never talk about this. And this is a military situation, so you definitely not going to hear the details because they keep all their stuff in-house. They're going to say, oh, we'll investigate it. They're going to investigate themselves, and then they're going to come back and say, oh, yeah, we just found out that he just crashed out and went to shooting people. It's cool, though. And then everybody going to go back about their business. But nobody talks about what be leading up to these people running into these jobs. And I'm going to tell you now, I just came off a job. I just had a job. Thank God I done left that job. Them folks, one of the people was over there doing witchcraft on me. And I know that to be a fact. You see what I'm saying? But I'm saying all that to say, people really play with you on your job as if niggas wouldn't really see you outside. Not saying that this person is right for going in and doing what he did. But what I'm saying is, y'all get on these jobs, y'all get these positions, and y'all really be acting like when you clock in, it's a protection, a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week protection. It ain't. It ain't. Some people really be about that. Now, again, I'm not promoting it or condoning it, but I always wonder, like I say, when these folks go in there wilding out on these jobs, they ain't going in there doing it for nothing now. They're not making this shit up. They're not going in there just finding a reason one day they done got into it with their wife. Now they want to go kill everybody at work. That's not the truth. It be people being a mess with you at the job. Now here's allegedly the person who they say is the suspect. Now Trump announced that they caught this man. And we're going to get into it. It says at least 5 soldiers were reportedly injured in a terrifying shooting at Fort Stewart in Georgia on Wednesday. The suspect has been identified as 28-year-old Army Sergeant named Cornelius Radford from Jacksonville, Florida. According to officials, Radford, who was an active duty automatic logistics specialist, used a personal handgun during the attack. Things could have been even worse if it wasn't for the quick action from other soldiers who managed to tackle him and hold him down before authorities arrived. In the wake of the incident, Donald Trump wasted no time speaking out, showing love to the wounded and making it clear justice is coming. The Army Criminal Investigation Division is on site to ensure that the perpetrator of this atrocity, which is exactly what it is, will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Trump said at a press conference Wednesday, the entire nation is praying for the victims and their families, and hopefully they'll fully recover. We can put this chapter behind, but we're not going to forget what happened. Let's get into what Trump crazy behind had to say about the incident.
Custody, and the Army Criminal Investigation Division is on site to ensure that the perpetrator of this atrocity, which is exactly what it is, will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. The entire nation is praying for the victims and their families, and hopefully they'll fully recover, and we can put this chapter behind, but we're not going to forget what happened. We're going to take very good care of this person that did this horrible person. This morning, the shooter.
So this is supposed to be the shooter. Here's supposed to be the guy. Trump said that they're going to act swiftly to get justice. I'm going to tell you now, with military stuff, girl, you don't know what they about to do to this man. Because the military don't have to tell the public shit, as you can see. But this dude that went in there, they say he's from Jacksonville. I don't know if he's Acorn. I don't know if he's FBA. I don't know it. Cornelius seems FBA-ish. The last name seemed FBA-ish, but it is Florida. Who knows? I don't know. But it don't matter at this point what he is. The thing I would want to know is what made this dude take his personal handgun and want to go to work and shoot people. And then also, he must not be a good shot because what? Ooh, Verena, you said something right here. Verena said so they can get rid of all the blacks in the military or make them all janitors or some shit. Now, it's funny you say that because I heard black men were complaining about the shaving waivers in the military. A lot of people don't know that black men in the military have had to get waivers for shaving because, you know, the military requires you to be clean shaven all the time. And with black men's skin, if you put a razor against your face every day, for a lot of black men, it causes them to have them like ingrowing hairs and it make their faces and stuff break out. So black men were getting these waivers or having these waivers so they don't have to shave every day, right? Well, then recently the government came down and said that now they've taken away the shaving waivers. So now all these black men got to shave and they medically can't do it. Medically, they were getting doctors to say, hey, their skin is allergic to it or it was insensitive. So a lot of black men or black people were feeling like the military was kicking them out. I want to say this. If that's the case, to all my people who either served or serve, if you feel like they're kicking you out the military, that's cool. I feel like this, though. We need to take these skills that we gaining from all of these places and all these different things and start to worry about or trying to figure out how to implement them with ourselves, all right? So if you in the military and you feel like they're forcing you out, cool. Get out, do what you got to do or whatever, but also take what you learned in it and apply it somewhere where we can use it as a community. You see what I'm saying? So like, for instance, when it comes to community building, we're going to need a bit of everybody. We're going to need strategists. We're going to need military people. We're going to need police. We're going to need security. You know what I'm saying? We're going to need teachers. We're going to need nurses. We're going to need a bit of everybody for community building. So in my opinion, it may not be as bad of a thing as some of them think that it is. Let's take those skills that we learned from these places and use them for community building. Because right now we're going through it. Like I said, we're going through the storming phase of this whole thing, and we're trying to figure out the delineation movement, and we're trying to get enough of us on board to make it happen. But once we get past the delineation and we get through the identity piece, we're gonna have to start with community building. Community building. And yes, the military do bully black people, and I'm with Muhammad Ali. Black folk ain't got no business in that man military. I believe that wholeheartedly. Black Americans don't have, black people, I don't care where you're from, ain't got no business in that white boy military. I believe that with every fiber in my being. And this is no shade to people who serve. I'm just telling you how I feel. Okay? But either way, don't let it discourage you. Don't let it discourage you. Don't let it discourage you. We need to get back to guerrilla warfare. Okay? We need to get back to tapping in. That's why I talk about tapping into that land, tapping into the mother, to the ancestors, tapping into the Most High. We need to get back tapped into who we were. Start tapping back. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Oh, girl. Ooh, army dudes. Ooh. If you can stay away, do. That's all I'm gonna say. If you can stay away, do. If you can stay away from an army dude, please, you're welcome. You don't even have to thank me. You're welcome if you can. I've dated one. I was engaged to one. Oh, girl. Anyways, but no, don't black Americans listen. And I said this before. The earth is repairing itself. And the Most High are setting things in place for us to go and get and for us to use to our advantage. We are the originators of all of this stuff. Even the military strategy that they have, they got it from Black Indians, Buffalo Soldiers. They learned their military fighting style and tactics from us. See, when they took us out of ourselves, when they took us from out of ourselves and put us into the mind of a white Jesus, that completely disconnected us from who we are. It did. I promise you it did. It completely took us out of who we are. We have not tapped back in. We have to all this shit is right here. The ancestors are waiting. You get it? They're just like, I hope these niggas hurry up and wake up. Some of y'all ancestors ain't saying that. Some of y'all ancestors ain't shit. I'm gonna be honest. If you ain't shit, your ancestors probably weren't shit no way. So some of us gonna have to charge it to the game. Some of us gonna have to break the generational curses. Some of our ancestors ain't worth a dime. It is what it is. Some of mine ain't worth a dime. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to the ancestors. It's cool, but what I'm saying is, we gotta get tapped back in. That's the missing key, y'all. Tapping back in. Y'all need to be out here grounding at least 15, 20 minutes a day. Put your feet to the soil. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all don't know this, but every day I take my ponytail out and I part my hair in four and I plait my hair in four and I go sit up there and let that crown, let the sun hit my crown with my feet planted in the soil. You see what I'm saying? Y'all have to start doing it. You have to tap back in. You already have it. Listen, it's also too, once you get the tapping back in to your ancestry, your lineage, to the earth and to the Most High, you start realizing stuff start coming up. You start picking it up like second nature. Rather it's gardening, rather it's anything. You start picking certain things up like second nature, fixing stuff, building stuff. It's all about you tapping back in. That's it. And it's not to disregard anybody or anything. We still give reverence and all praises to the Most High. We still give reverence and all praises to him, and that'll never go away. But what I'm saying is there's an element that we were disconnected from, and I believe that element is where we need to tap back in. Once we as a collective community start tapping back in, I promise you things are start shifting. It's going to start moving mountains. It's going to start shifting because the identity and the awakening of identity is going to make people move different. People act different. People talk different. People prepare different. People, you know what I'm saying? And once that happens, it shifts the culture and it makes it harder for the enemy to penetrate into us and get to our kids and have them over there killing each other. You see what I'm saying? Because then we start to implement more things like our ancestors did in the past, more qualities, more things that matter to us, like family, generational wealth and things of that nature. But we gotta tap back in. If we're not gonna tap back in, I'm telling you, that's the thing. That's what we missing. Tapping back in to the Most High, to the land, to the Most High, to the land, and to the doggone to the ancestors. I'm telling you, you gotta tap back in. You have to do your genealogy. Everybody in here, I don't care if you living in the Caribbean, I don't care if you're from the Caribbean or if you're from Black America, y'all gotta do your genealogy. Us on this side of the earth, when they talk about them tribes, I believe that's us. Well, I know that's us. That's us on this side of the earth. Y'all got to start tapping back into your genealogy. Tap back into your ancestors. You ain't playing with spirituality, playing with no ghosts. You tapping back into pieces of you. Science tells you that you pieces of your ancestors. So you tapping back in already to pieces of who you already are. All you doing is tapping back into yourself. And when you tap back into yourself, you tap into your ancestors and the ancestral spirit and all of the things that we're using to protect us. That protection has been lifted from us through time, entertainment, distractions. All that stuff has been lifted and taken away from us. We gotta tap back in. Taking us out was the reason why we here. We got to tap back in. I swear. That's where we got to go. We got to go back within. It ain't bad for you to tap in. Even the Bible tell you faith without works is dead. You know what that means? That means you can have all the faith that I'll take care of you all I want, but you have to do it. You have to add something. You have to work toward whatever the goal is. That's a part of tapping in. We have to start looking back inside so we can tap into who we are ancestrally, right? And who we are to the land, start communicating more with the land, actually touching trees. I know people are like, oh, she's a tree hugger. Nah, nigga, go outside and really hug a tree for real, for real. If you blessed enough to be somewhere like in the South, especially in the South, like in Georgia, they have them old ass trees. I know Louisiana, we got buku old oak trees. Yes, go hug the mother plucking tree. Y'all remember who from New Orleans? They had an old oak tree in City Park. They used to have this long branch and all the kids used to play. We used to be a magnet toward that tree. I never understood why all the kids in City Park was a magnet toward this tree. It was an old ass oak tree. Tap in. Tap in. Yes, hug the tree, my nigga. Touch the tree. Talk to the tree. I talk to my garden. I got plants, like a plant garden. I talk to them. Nigga. Like, yeah, we have to tap back in. We got to look in. The problem was they took us to looking out. We got to get back in. That's the only way. Watch how them spiritual gifts, ooh, the abundance. And I'm not saying this to say that you want to get something out of it. And when I say spiritual gifts, I'm not talking about abundance as far as money. That's not what I'm talking about. Watch the difference in your life when you get to tapping back in. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Just watch the difference. It's a huge difference. Huge difference. Southern Louisiana Cooking with K. Thank you for the super chat. Says breakdown on conspiracy and government movies. Breakdowns on conspiracy and government movies. Did you say something else before that? Did I miss something? I don't remember. But either way, that's a good breakdowns on conspiracy, government, and movies. Oh yeah, we got to get back to Rumble gang. I did forget about you. I'm sorry. I said we were supposed to come back in July. We going back on Rumble next week. But yeah, anyway, y'all, I got to get off. You guys, please do some grounding. Like I said, if you wear wigs, that's cool. Just take 10 minutes, 15 minutes, go in your backyard where nobody can see. Let the sun touch your head. Put your feet to the soil. Tap in, you guys. Tap in. We love the Most High. We love God. But we trying to tap in to see what our ancestors could get us out of. Because as we can see, even in the movies, even in the books, every time we prevailed, it was some sort of spirituality. Even in the movie Sinners. What's the girl name who put the mojo around Smoke or Stack or whatever one neck? She was dealing with her ancestral spirituality to protect that nigga. That's why when he came back and he was like, how it is that I'd have been out here and I ain't never got caught up. And she said, what make you think, Annie, that's her name. She said, what make you think that mojo I put around your neck ain't what been keeping you and your brother safe? That's tapping into the ancestral spirits. That's tapping into the ancestral spirits. That's what I mean when I say spiritual rewards. That's what I mean when I say when you start seeing them spiritual abundance. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. For real, for real. Who knows? Maybe this whole thing was a war over. Maybe this whole war, as far as us being prisoners of war, maybe we were just it was a spiritual war. And taking us out of ourselves, having us not tap in was one of the major wins of the war. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just talking. Anyway, y'all, I got to get up off of here. Love y'all down to the ground. We will be Joce tomorrow morning, but it will be an early Joce because I got to catch a flight to New York. Anyway, with that being said, though, love y'all down to the ground. Please support the channel by subscribing and liking the video. And I will catch y'all tomorrow on the next one. Peace.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I want?
Blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's a beat for me.
Wow, 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 wow. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we love. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.